Hey everybody, welcome back to the Brenda Yvonne channel. Of course, I'm your girl, Brenda Yvonne. Here on my channel, we do fun reviews, recaps, and discussions of all of our favorite shows. Y'all know it's Friday night. On Friday night, we talk Owns Ready to Love. Okay, so this is season 6, episode 4, Miami White Party. Before we get to any of this episode, don't forget to click that thumbs up button. Don't forget to share the video if you are enjoying it. Also, don't forget to subscribe, and I appreciate you when you do that. Love, love, love the support. Don't forget to comment once you do subscribe. Let me know who you are and where you're from. And if you have anything you want me to support, you got your own YouTube channel, I will subscribe and check it out. If you got something you're really, doing, business ventures, whatever, like I want to support y'all. Also, let's uplift each other, uplift the community. And it's all good over here. Hope y'all had a good week as well. Anyway, let's get into this episode of Ready to Love. It was good. I personally thought the white party was entertaining, just seeing them drink after drink after drink, twerk, 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 lap dance. It looks fun to me. I kind of wish I was there. I want to go to Miami again so bad. Y'all already know I talk about it every episode. Y'all probably sick of me talking about going back to Miami. But I'm ready to go, y'all. Hope I didn't get no lip gloss on my teeth. Anyway, all right, so the episode opens up with the ladies in the women's lounge with nephew Tommy. He's like, oh, y'all looking good, sexy singles. And they're like, it's hot out here, Tommy. He's like, fan it off. He's like, Luni's back. Welcome to the ladies' lounge. This is her first time in the ladies' lounge, right? So anyway, she's like, I'm back. And so anyway, Tommy was like, it's time for you guys, ladies, to have the power. The men are on the hot seat this week. You guys have the power to eliminate the men. Challenge these men to really step it up. Show them they're really here for love and not here just because they're trying to stay on the show. And he said he also has a surprise for the ladies. He's going to throw a Miami white party at some mansion house or something. And his wife is going to be there as well. So anyway, and so he's going to have his wife there to give expertise and show them how to have longevity in relationships, work towards marriage, all that good stuff, right? So anyway, this air. So sorry, y'all, my sinuses today. So Luni's like, I hope the men really step it up and, really show they want the women, move mountains. I'm like, I know that's right. So we see Kayla go on a date with Randall. They both was looking good, right? Kayla was like, girl, you better work that orange, okay? So anyway, they go eat at a restaurant, and Randall fed Kayla some food, and they're just talking about things they want, kids and family. Randall's really family oriented, and Kayla is as well, and that's important to her also. I wouldn't be mad at Kayla and Randall as a match. I did initially like Randall and Jamallah though. But we're going to see where everything goes with this love triangle square, whatever they got going on. It's really a square because it's Randall, Tronika, Jamallah, and Kayla, okay? They could be a South Freak. No, just kidding. Anyway, so then, I think Kayla said she want a couple kids. Randall, he want 2 kids, 5 kids. They going to figure out the kids thing. But he, she's asking her, do you want marriage? Do you want to have kids? He said, yeah, that's what he wants to move towards. But he doesn't want to have kids right away. He wants to enjoy his partner first. I'm all for that, Randall. Let's make it happen. Anyway, they seemed to have a good time. He fed her, bought her his food. She was like, ooh, it's thick and juicy. It's good. They had a good time. Nothing really popping. But I know it's Ready to Love show them walk all the way back to the parking lot together. I said, Ready to Love show all the day today. So they hugged it out before they got in their respective cars, and she's like, you gonna call me and all that. So anyway, then we see Jamallah go on a date with Justice. So Jamallah said, Justice has been kind of, y'all know how he been, and so she trying to, he been closed off. It's been hard to figure out what's going on with him. And so she's trying to see if he's really here for love or for play, right? So they go on their date. She looking good. He came looking nice as well. So he asked her how's her day going and all that. She said it was busy, it was good. And so she was asking him about, like, you know, what he thinks of the process, and like, you know, how does he show a woman that he really likes her and all this stuff. And so he was like, well, you know, my dating process is a little bit different. Like, I'm not going to take you on a bunch of dates to show you I like you. And then she's like, well, how would I know you like me then? And he's like, well, you know, we would spend time together. I would let you know, but I'm not going to be, you know, spending all my money on you. Like, we can go to the beach or something. We could do this and do that, but I'm not about to be doing the most. He said he's not about to be chasing all these different women. He don't have time in his schedule for that. He not giving y'all all that kind of energy. So then she was explaining like what the dating process is for her, and he was saying, and she was like, you know, is that a comfort zone? And she also challenged him a little bit. She was like, is that a comfort zone for you because you're more comfortable being single? Like, you know, because that's not going to work for this process, and trying to really build something with somebody, like that mentality you have is not going to work. And it's not going to work, Justice. Sorry, y'all. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. So then he went on to say, you know, basically, I'm not going to chase new women. It's about energy to me. Like, if you feeling my energy, you feel my energy. Like, if you women feel like I'm not doing what y'all want me to do, then that's on y'all. That's not on me. I'm not going to do all this XYZ to get y'all. Basically, I'm the king, so y'all going to come to me. Like, if I like you, I'm gonna come to you. You going to know. But basically, you got to be on my vibe. You got to be on my energy, because I'm not chasing after you. I'm not doing extra to get you. I'm not changing to get you. Let me tell y'all something. Each time I watch the episode, and I watch the episodes 2 times, sometimes 3 times before I do my reviews, because I don't want to read off the notes, but that's just my style. So, also because I can't see well, so I don't want to be staring at paper in front of y'all on the screen, on the camera. So, I rewinded that scene each time I watched the episode tonight. Because I'm like, am I hearing this man correctly? And that's what he said, y'all. This is what he said. This is what he said. And I told y'all last week, this man is not ready to love. He needs to go. He needs to go. He is not sitting home. When we come back next week, because y'all know they give us a stupid old cliffhanger. If he is not sitting home next week, I'm going to have a problem. Okay? Because that don't make no sense. Like, why are you here? What are you talking about? You're the king, and we got to be on your vibe. Like, who are you, Justice? Who are you? I'm so through with him. I'm so through with him. The more I talk about it, think about it, the more I get pissed. Like, no, sir, this is not how it works. Like, no one's going to come to you. No one's going to chase you. Like, no one's going to sit up and wait and wonder if you're going to text him or not. Like, nobody got time for that. Justice, you out here wasting people's time. Justice type of man that will keep you in a situationship for 5 years and you ain't going to realize it, that you done wasted your freaking 5 years on him. Goodbye, Justice. Goodbye. So anyway, Jamallah was like, nah, he ain't it. So then we get down to the Miami white pool party. So first, everybody just gonna come and they regular smegular day party by the pool closed, and nobody got in that pool this time. It wasn't like the first episode where they was all up and through the pool, right? And they gonna play games and drink and vibe, and then at night it's the white party, right? So we see everybody come in, you know, looking in their little day party attire. They're playing Jenga. I think it was Charisse and Samson, and somebody else was playing Jenga at first, and Samson was like, "Gotta pull it out slow, slow and steady." And then Charisse like, "Ooh, I like that." And then Brandy, I think we saw playing Jenga also, and Brandy read the block that said something about go twerk or give a lap dance to the person you have the best connection with, or you feeling the most. So she ran over there to Mike and was twerking and dancing on him, and Justin's like, one time for the thick girl. So I was like, oh my Lord. And so, you know, they were having fun. Mike was like, I was playing Jenga. I didn't see that. And Justin's like, you gonna go play Jenga now, Mike? Then we saw, I think we saw Kayla and Randall kind of talking at the pool. And then we saw Randall go find Jamallah. Remember, that was like one of his initial connections from the very first episode, which I actually like Randall and Jamallah together. And he was like, you know, I really like you, and you're really beautiful. And she's like, I like you too. And she's like, shut up. Like, she's kind of blushing, and then she was really pretty, by the way. Anyway, I like Jamallah. So then he would say, no, I'm really feeling you. And she was like, yeah, but we're in the process. We gotta like date 9 other people and get to know them as well. And so he was like, hey, I can look at people and smile, I could like play the part basically. And so she was like, yeah, like, I don't know. What do y'all think? At first I thought Jamallah was fully feeling Randall, but I don't know. Something about her body language gave me like she pulled back a little bit this time. Maybe she has other interests, or maybe she doesn't want to put our eggs in that basket. I think Jamallah might be one of the ones that still want to like kind of go through the process. I don't take Randall to be a player, even though he has like 3 women lined up right now. That really like him, and he seems like them. I think he likes Jamallah the best. I think Jamallah's like his number 1. I don't take Trinika to be his number 1. I don't take Kayla to be his number 1. Kayla wants to be his number 1, but I don't take her to be his number 1. I think Jamallah is his number 1, but I'm not sure if Jamallah is fully feeling Randall as much as Randall is feeling her. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments about that, because something about her energy towards Randall shifted for me in this episode. But like I said, drop it down in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about Jamallah and Randall. So anyway, then later on we see that Kayla was eyeing Jamallah and Randall's conversation. She wasn't liking that. So we saw them sit down and talk, and she was like, I saw you over there, talking with Jamallah. You was touching on her, you was feeling her booty, you was doing all this and that. He was like, when'd you see it? Like, let me know. I didn't see it. And then she was like, you know what we trying to do, we trying to build, you already know. So Kayla said her letting me know that she was jealous. Okay. Also on the boat at some point, and yes, y'all, I'm going out of order because I'm just recalling it how I remember it. Some point we see nephew Tommy and his wife Jackie, I believe her name is, come down off the boat, right? And look like what's his name, Swayze helped her out the boat. And so they said they're gonna hang out and see y'all at the white party, talk to y'all, do all that, right? So then let's see, who else did we see? Oh, we saw Shakrya and Swayze playing Jenga as well. Shakrya pulled one that said you had to do 10 push-ups. She's like, I ain't doing that. I'm like, girl, me neither. And then that's some exercising, right? I ain't gonna do it down in the pool party in my day party's best. And so he's like, oh, I'll do it first. So he dropped down and did his push-ups. I said, he let him drop down and do some push-ups though, don't he? Anyway, I mean, he a firefighter, so he gotta, he gotta keep it right and tight. So let's see. I'm trying to make sure we can recall everything before we get to the white part. Then we saw Zoe and Charisse have a conversation. Charisse is like, I don't got to talk to you, Zoe. Girl. Like, let me sit down and talk to you. So then they sat down and talked. And so Charisse is like, yeah, I want to get to know you more. Like, have you been married before? What's just, past like? And so he said that he previously was engaged. So he's with this girl. I forgot how many years they were together. I don't know if he said that. But basically, they were dating, and he knew that she wanted to get married. And so he eventually gave her a ring because that's what she expected. And so Charisse was like, oh, so you just basically did it because that's what you were expected to do, but not because you genuinely wanted to do it. And he was like, yeah, I felt pressured. And so Charisse didn't understand that. And so he was like, yeah, I felt pressured to do it. And I knew eventually we would get there, but I felt like the pressure, so that's why I gave it a ring. Then he said the very next day, when they woke up, he took the ring back. I was like, dang. I bet that girl felt molded. But he said the girl just wanted to get engaged. And so he didn't like that pressure of just wanting to get engaged. Like, he could tell, like, she just wanted the ring. And so he decided, that was 11 years ago, he said, and he decided he didn't want to just do something to do it. He knew that was not the person he wanted to spend the rest of his life with. Charisse, appreciated him opening up, and she was like, yeah, sometimes you can be blinded in relationships. And she made a little joke, but in her confessional, she's like, she don't like the fact that he did that. Like, she wants someone that genuinely likes her for her and goes after her for her, not just doing it to be doing it. And I get it. And so it was not Charisse for Charisse. Like, no, that is not going to ever be a match. I'm not surprised that Zoe was on the chopping block this episode, y'all, because he really hasn't gave anything. I haven't seen him make any genuine connections. He just seems there. I don't get much effort from him. I don't get any genuineness from him at all. Not that I don't think he's a good guy. I don't know. I just don't think, I don't know, something about him seems vacant or empty or something. So also at the party, we saw Charisse and Mike have a conversation. Charisse said she didn't like the way things left off with her and Mike, the conversation they had on that last episode at the group date. She felt like he was being a little aggressive. He scared her. I'm like, girl, did he really? She sat far away from him, and he told her to scoot closer. He said, put your plate down. Let's have a real conversation now. He said, I apologize if I made you feel uncomfortable, made you feel any type of way about what you're sharing, if I made you feel like you couldn't share that day when we had that last group date, you know, I didn't want to come at you like that. And she was like, yeah, you were like, and you know, you ain't got no, she made it like he was really on a rah, 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 rah. He wasn't on that much of rah, 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 rah. And she's like, yeah, you was coming at me all aggressive and you scared me. She's like, oh, wow. And he was like, oh, like, I'm not trying to, disrespect for you. I'm not trying to come off like that. He's like, really? He's like, I'm a sweetheart. He's like, I'm not like that. I'm a nice guy. And so they hugged it out and apologized. And she was like, like I told you, no matter what, we're going to be friends. So then outside, we see Jamallah and Mike and Katie, and Mike is sitting in between them, and Shakrya is outside that table. And so Jamallah was like, yeah, I talked to Charisse about it, and I'm asking you also, Mike, like, how was it to talk with you and Charisse? Like, I think you guys just had a misunderstanding. You needed to communicate. Seems like you guys are good now. And he was like, oh, yeah, seems like we're good. And I think it was just a misunderstanding. And she was saying I was coming off aggressive, and Katie and was like, yeah, you got to be careful who you talk to, especially you as a black man, and I'm gonna go there, like, you don't want people saying that you're aggressive and all this stuff. So Shakrya was like, exit stage left, like, this is not my conversation, this is not my cup of tea. So then she really gets to get up and leave, and then Mike's like, no, Shakrya, like, don't leave. And then she's like, no, like, I don't want to start no drama, I don't want to be in nobody's mess, like, this is not my thing. And Jamal's like, no, it's not mess, girl, like, it's resolved, it's good. And then they're like, stay. And she's like, no, I gotta go, like, no, I don't want to be in no mess. Shakrya's putting her confessional that she don't like to be involved in nobody else's drama. I don't blame you, girl. So then Katie was like, well, no, I understand how Shakrya would feel that way based on her situation. This is more of a sensitive topic for her. And so then, of course, Shakrya is offended by Katie. And doing that, she said in her confessional, like, Katie brought up my situation and my past trauma in front of the guys, and, like, she took my opportunity, took her right away, her chance to even explain herself to the men about that situation. And so I totally, felt where Shakrya is coming from. Katie has no tact. Like, girl, read the room, like, have some self-awareness. Like, why would you do that? Why would you bring up her situation in front of Mike like that? And why would you even say that? Like, you could have just said, oh, I understand that Shakrya, may not feel comfortable in this conversation, and left it at that. Or she wouldn't say nothing. Like, girl, Katie, I be wanting to root for you, girl, but come on. Like, girl, come on. She just frustrated me. Then we saw Tranika. I want to call that girl Shanika so bad. Tranika sitting down with LJ. LJ is playing a guitar. I'm assuming he brought this guitar to the house, or he found it at the house. I don't know. But he over there playing his guitar. Y'all know he gonna practice his music. And so then she, like, whispered in the ears, oh, okay, take the panties off. And so then Dad's just joking. He's like, come on. So anyway, after all the scenes is when Nephew Tommy and Jackie came, y'all, actually. And then they were like, we're going to get ready for a white party. So then everybody get ready for the white party. Everybody came through, and they white party's best. I love Trinika's dress. I love Brandy's dress. I loved Jamallah's outfit. The only issue with Trinika's dress is I'm not quite sure she was wearing a bra. And that girl got big old a big old chest. And I know for me, I am uncomfortable if I don't wear a bra. And so, I don't know. Excuse me, y'all. I don't know. You know what? I ain't gonna worry about that lady and her, what she gonna wear or not wear. Anyway, so, you know, she gotta do her, I gotta do me. So, then, let's see. We see everybody at the white party looking good. They was drinking it up. I mean, they was taking shots after shots. They was having drink after drink. I said, I know they was lit after that white party. The white party looked lit, though. I wouldn't mind being there, you know. Looked like they had a good old time. The men came looking right. Randall's look was real clean. That hat, I liked him with that hat on. Samson looked good. So everybody was looking good. So, anyway, we saw everyone twerking and dancing on each other, too. They was not playing. So, we saw LJ and Luni sit down and have a conversation, and LJ was like, you know, he wanna be spontaneous and romantic. He's like, you know, I'm gonna tell you one day, middle of the week, pack your stuff. We're going to Mexico. We're gonna fly the helicopter around the island. We're gonna, you know, go jet skiing. We're gonna scuba dive. We're gonna do all this. She said, okay, I'm feeling that. Like, okay. He was like, you know, I'm down for it. Then at night, you know, it's gonna get nighttime. We're gonna get real romantic. She's like, okay, we're gonna get romance. And he's like, yeah, you know, you down for that? And they're talking about how they're vibing. And she's really liking LJ. She wants to see where it goes. She wants to really give him a chance. I'm kind of shocked, but go ahead, girl. I mean, he is being intentional, and that's what she likes about him. So I ain't mad at that. I will say LJ is being intentional with Luni. I know the girls are calling him a player, a charmer, whatever. I don't get that from him. I don't know. He corny to me, but that's just me. Anyway, so then he's just not my type of guy, I would say, too. So then we also saw LJ having a conversation with Shakrya. And Shakrya was like, oh, LJ, like, I see you got your shirt unbuttoned. You show a little bit much. And he's like, I need a button more. And she's like, no. He's like, I'm trying to have it showing you. And then she's like, well, you had all the girls on you. And so, you know, I was getting kind of jealous. And then he was like, oh, come grab me. Like, show me you on me. And then she's like, you know, that's not my speed. So Shakrya's not the girl that's going to be going, like, the way April broke up the scene with Kayla and Mike last week. Like, Shakrya's not going to be going after the guys and sitting down and interacting. Like, she's not that girl. So she ain't gonna put in all that extra work that some of the women were doing, right? And I could see that, and I don't blame her. So Shakrya was like, you know, I gave you my number, and then you called me, and you never called me back, or you something about he called. So he's like, I did call you, you didn't answer. And she was like, I called you back. And he's like, you did? She's like, I did. And then she was like, I'm not being needy or nothing, but you got to give me some kind of attention. Like, you know, I want to feel wanted. And he was like, okay, like, I understand that. She was like, you got to put the effort in, or I'm going to do this. He was like, oh, what, tiptoe? She's like, no, I'm going to walk away. And so she's just basically like, she's not really feeling AJ. She feels like he's just being a charmer. And the ladies, man, again, I don't see that for him. Like, I see him being intentional with Luni. I mean, I don't know. I don't take his charming and ladies man thing serious. I'm just like, I don't know. Anyway, so then we also saw Randall, Jamallah. Jamallah was telling Randall to button his shirt up and all that. We saw Katie and Swayze have a cute little moment. They laughing and talking, and Katie has sent her confessional that she obviously, like, Swayze wasn't on her radar, but they also have a good time together, and she's really liking him. That's the only match I see for Katie, and really. And then she kissed him on the cheek, or he kissed her on the cheek, and they kind of a little peck, and they was just laughing and giggling. And like I said, y'all, okay, I can see something developing with Swayze and Katie, and okay, I'm calling it over here at the Brandy Yvonne channel first. I already been called it, actually, a couple times, even on the Twitter. So I really, really hope that develops into something. I can see a match there. I mean, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but I'm seeing something there, y'all. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, though. So, and then later on, we did hear Swayze say that he knows that he hasn't been going after too many other ladies. He's supposed to be dating around, but, like, he's not really that type of guy. That's not his style. Like, he really likes Katie, and he really enjoys time with Katie, and he's just focused on her. He said it might, you know, backfire on him in the end, but he kind of don't care. And so I'm like, if Swayze's okay with Katie's attitude and Katie can loosen up with Swayze, I don't see the problem. Like, yeah, they're probably gonna have their issues, but I could see that being a match. So Anyway, and they're age appropriate for each other, so you know they're both in their 30s. Why not? So then Brady's like, I see y'all over here. They're like, oh, what? She's like, y'all cute or whatever. I see y'all. She was sitting with Mike. We did see her and Mike have a conversation too, I think, or just kind of hanging out. Anyway, Jackie was making her rounds. Tommy was making his rounds. Jackie sat down with Zoe and Charisse, and they were asking her about longevity in a relationship. She said the thing with her and Tommy is they were ready to get, you know, like, when do you want to know you want to get married? I think that's what they asked her. She said, you know, we both were ready, and we put in the time, we put in the effort. It doesn't work if somebody gets mad and they run away. Problems never get solved. Their thing is they're not getting a divorce, so they're going to sit there and talk it out and work it out. You got to both be willing to stick with it, and that was the advice she gave them. We also saw Miss Jackie talk to Mike and Kayla. Mike and Kayla were talking about his son, and I was like, okay, Mike, you like Kayla now? Remember he complained about her age before? I was like, oh, I don't know, Mike, I don't know. So anyway, Mike said that his 10-year-old son will go out and do jobs with him, and he be trying to tell him how to do the job, and he's super smart. So him and Kayla were vibing. Like I said, Miss Jackie came over there, and she said, you know, are you guys feeling each other? And he's like, yeah, we feel each other. We ain't felt each other yet. He made a joke. And then Mike said that he really likes Kayla's person, the way she looks and her personality and stuff. And Miss Jackie was like, you guys got to get to know the whole person, all the aspects of them, their story and everything like that. And so then she was saying, like, are you okay with the age difference? And Kayla said this is the age she tends to date, she prefers. Mike says she's like young for him, but he can tolerate it. I was like, what? It's like every time. Okay, I was so attracted to Mike in the beginning, but it's like when he opens his mouth, y'all. It's when he opens his mouth. Then we saw, let's go to Mr. Justice. Just exit him right on out of here. So we saw Justice and Jamallah and Tronika talking, and then Justice looking at his watch. Jamallah go over there to the bar, cause I guess they had some drinks over there that she didn't have earlier. I'm telling y'all, they was drinking drinks after drinks after drinks. I'm sure it was edited that way. But anyway, I know they towed up at that party. Brandy's hit weave was sweated out. So no shade to my girl Brandy though. So then he was like, he went and got his clothes to go. Jamallah saw him. She's like, where you going? He's like, oh, I gotta get to this opening. He's like, I was in a bit of a pickle, you know, but I gotta, you know, I wish I could have stayed here and see how the night turned out, but I gotta go take care of this business and let everybody know I left and let everybody know I had a good time. I'm like, yeah, you can leave and stay gone, Justice. Matter of fact, we'll just let you know before you leave to go to work, you're not ready to leave. Okay, they should have told him before he left. I was like, call him, text him, let him know he ain't ready. DM him again, Katie. So anyway, then we saw Samson and Charisse talking, right? They first we saw them like cuddling. He told me he want to bite her arm and do all this stuff. Everybody was getting real cute. We saw Katie do a little twerk on top of Samson's lap. We saw Luni do a little Turk or Swayze, and then Katie was like, okay, that's enough, girl. So then we saw Jamallah and LJ and Luni all talking, and then somebody said something about polygamy, and then Jamal was like, oh, girl, I gotta go. So then they're just joking around. Then Samson was talking to Charisse, and he was like, you know, I really like a woman that has a story, knows what struggle's been like she knows how to struggle. So I know people were like making fun of that on social media. I get what he meant. He wants a woman that can deal with hard times. And he's like, that tends to be women of color. You know, my black women, that's where their strength comes through struggle. And so Charisse likes that he said that. And she says, I appreciate that you like, you know, that you understand my strength and you are attracted to that. She's like, a lot of men here in Miami, they don't want to go for the black women. Girl, that's a lot of everywhere. Come to Cali. Okay. And so she was like, a lot of times they get, you know, people asking me like, and then when I tell them I'm just black, and then they're like, oh, okay. Like, they think she should be mixed with something else. I thought she was mixed, to be honest. But I can see you just be like, that's fine. And I get what she's saying. You know, sometimes people think it's cool to be exotic and not just fully African-American black. So anyway, he was saying that, like, he appreciates that. And he tells on about a story about growing up, like his mom, she had that strength, and they would go pick up cans and bottles for like 2 hours. They only get $5, and that was what they had to do to help their mom. And his mom struggled in her strength, and he wanted a woman to have that struggling strength. And Samson's really cute, but some stuff he say, and then like he's just like, I don't know, is he like be overdoing it, or he's just too sharp? I don't know. Something about some stuff he say, like that moment, I'm like, okay, Samson. Okay. Just say you want you a strong black woman, Samson, and that's fine. That's all you had to say, not the struggle. So we don't need the struggle. So anyway, but I get it. Like, there's strength and beauty in our struggles. Yes. So, she was like, you're a gentleman. That's what she raised you right. And he appreciated the compliments. We also saw Samson talking with Shakrya, and he was saying, you a girl, like, you making me want to meditate right now. And she was like, well, it is meditating season. And they were just vibing and having a little flirty conversation back and forth. I like how Samson had on them red shoes with the all white. That was cute. And then Shakrya on the red lipstick and the red rose. I was like, oh, they kind of complimenting each other. That was cute. Let's see. Then we saw Brandy calling Swayze crazy Swayze. She was like, don't let nobody else say that name, 'cause you got that from me. And then we saw Kayla and Swayze and Jamallah and Randall all sitting down talking, and nephew Tommy and Jackie came over there, right? And so they asked the men to leave. So nephew Tommy and Jackie's asking the women, who are they feeling and not feeling. So Jamallah said Randall, easy answer, Randall off the back. That's her rah-rah. Nephew Tommy was like, okay, if you rah-rah, if he's rah-rah, are you ja-ja? So they were laughing about that. So, Jamallah said Randall's her number one, so maybe, she still is feeling him, but maybe she also wants to go through the process. I don't know. Then, of course, production gonna make it be a whole, now we're building the story, right? So next woman, Kayla said Randall. Charisse said Randall. Then we go back to Shakrya. She said Samson. Charisse said Samson. So they're trying to build the love triangle, squares, circle, diamond, hearts, trapezoids, rhombus, right? Parallelogram. Then we see, Kayla says, you know what, who's been the best perfect example of a man? It's been Swayze. He has really been intentional. He's like, not the most perfect example of a man. Okay, Katie. It's because Swayze don't be taking her tough stuff serious. That's what it is. He ain't bothered by her. So who else were they liking? Let's see. Swayze, Luni likes LJ, of course. I think that was it. Right? That was it. I'm pretty sure. And then, Brandy likes Mike. Of course, she just likes that he's intentional about her, and that's what all she asked for. I hope she asked for more than that. Who they not feeling? Let's see. Trinika's not feeling Swayze. Somebody wasn't feeling Samson. Jamallah was like, she wants to get to know him, have more conversations. Zoe, the women are not feeling Zoe. They don't feel like Kayla said he's not intentional, he's not genuine. Somebody else wasn't feeling, the women were not feeling Alonzo. One or two might have said Swayze. They feel like a few of them said Shakrya and Brandy were not feeling LJ. Brandy said he's more of like a homie. Somebody else wasn't feeling AJ either. Shakrya said he's too much charming ladies man. Again, I don't see charming ladies man for LJ. Like, I get what they're saying, but I don't know. I wouldn't fall for the charmer LJ. I would just be like, okay, I would friend zone him immediately. Maybe he's just not my type of swag though. I just don't take him seriously at all. So, and then they were like, last but not least was Justice, finally. And the writing's on the wall with Justice, that was what we already talked about. Katie was like, it's just too hard to break through his wall. Somebody else said that he just seemed like he wasn't really here for love, and he's not like, being intentional. He's not being serious. You can't really figure out where's the truth at in there. Katie said he don't want to text, and she's like, well, how you gonna get to know somebody? And I was just like, oh, Justice. And then Jamal lets nephew Tommy that, well, actually, you can't even ask Justice what his thing is with texting because he's not here. He had to go to an opening. And so Tommy's like, he left my white party. He left the epic white party. And they're like, yes, he left. And so anyway, Nephew Tommy looks very disturbed by that. So then we see they go, everyone lines up, Nephew Tommy and Jackie goes to talk to them. It's time to talk to the people, see who's going up on the chopping block, right? So he's like, the women let us know that some of y'all men are, doing good. Y'all showing intentions, but then there's a few who are not stepping up to the plate. So LJ got called. Oh, before that, Mike was worried because he feels like he ain't mixed and mingled enough. Swayze was nervous. He said he's getting the bubble guts. He don't know. Because, he only been going really after Katie, so we gonna see. I noticed a lot of this season is like, there's not a lot of like, okay, Randall got like 3 options. Samson got a couple options. But everybody else is just like 1-to-1. Like Katie and Swayze really only like each other. And it's really only going to be, Luni and LJ. Like, it's not a lot of like mixing and mingling, it seems like. It's only going to be Mike and Brandy. Like, Brandy ain't really going after nobody else. Mike ain't going after nobody else. I don't know. We're going to see how the season play out, though. Maybe they'll end up with more couples at the end, though. That would be cool. So, which I think they should do. Like, just because you found your person don't mean you're not, okay, now you got to leave, you're not ready for love. But it is a game. But I get it. And we could talk all night about how they need to restructure the whole show anyway. But nevertheless, so we see LJ gets on the chopping block, and he's like, oh no. I was like, girl. And so then, who else got called? Alonzo. Nobody was checking for him anyway. We see he gonna be he was in the previews for the next episode, so he ain't going home. And Justice, but Justice is not there to come up to the plate. And then the episode ended there. Looks like Alonzo gonna go off on Charisse on the next episode, so he didn't get eliminated. I doubt LJ gets eliminated tonight, but he probably eventually will. Hopefully Justice is the one going home. I don't see why he wouldn't be. If they kept Justice on the show, I'm gonna be very, very, very pissed at the Ready to Own and Ready to Love and our own people. Anyway, y'all please drop in the comments what y'all think so far of the season. Who could y'all see actually being a good couple? What did y'all think of the episode? And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like I said, so I can support you and you can continue to support me. And I appreciate you subscribing. I really do. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. And I will talk to y'all probably tomorrow night for family or fiance. Have a good weekend, y'all. Bye.